Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Hi, ladies and gentlemen. You see me in a new setup here. As you can see, I have I'm moving, and I had so many problems with my internet. So I'm going to show you the cards as I lay them. This is a forecast for Scorpio 2019. I'm so sorry. I had put up a video, but I messed it up. So my computer failed me, my phone failed me, everything. So now I'm back on my phone and we'll try it. Hello, Scorpio, ladies and gentlemen. Let's try. And I'll lay the spread. This is a Lenormand deck. It is 36 cards. And the whole grand tableau is 36 cards. And what I did here, for those of you who are readers, is that I carved out the middle portion. And I put I'm laying 4 rows of 4 cards, and I'll show you those. Hang on just a minute. Now, the first is the scythe, the ring, the mountain. Hey, everybody. The bouquet, the ship, the bear, the moon, the clouds, the rider, the tower, which is different from the tarot tower. Then we have the gentleman, the man, the heart, the woman, who's actually knighting with the man, the snake, the house, and the book. Now, let me take a look and see, since they have houses, which ones are in their house, if there are any. 11, 14, 15. Aha, we've got this great bear in its own house. Oh, I'll tell you about that. 16, 17, then we have 20, 21, 22, 23, 6, 27, 28, 20. Okay, now I'm going to go in quarters. I'm going to see, I'll see if I could show you that, and I'll just take a background so you can get my feet and my legs, but get a background so you won't be, I'll do the best I can with my phone. Now, the first quarter, Scorpio, all of a sudden, there seems to be a break with the past. Even if it were only a mental break, okay, even if it were only a mental break, but I'm seeing a break with the past and the desire to start a new relationship with emotions themselves. Now, I'm not talking about, please forgive me that I'm not showing myself, but I have to reason. I don't mean exactly with a person, but for the first quarter, there is this idea that you want to break with the past, emotionally speaking, the way you used to conduct your relations, the way you used to interact in relationships, and you are, even if it's not a mental process, but I see it as actually an intention of breaking with the past, the way you used to deal with relationships. It is not an easy street. You know, it doesn't go from A to B. It's not that easy. But it will pay off, okay? These are what the cards are telling me. Now, in the second quarter, I see you going towards major security, a sense of security. This is, you know, I have this message here that you are going towards, as if you were traveling towards a place that will give you security. This could be for a number of you. And it could mean that you are actually going from one place to another, and there'll be an ambiance, there'll be a number of people there that will give you a sense of security. But be that as it may, it is security in your emotional life. That is without a doubt. Again, the cards are signaling to me in the second quarter, which is January, February, March, April, May, June, that it's not going to be as easy as we think, but it's momentarily the case because you try to get used to it yourself. Now, in the third quarter, which is July, August, and September, this is where really things start moving. I see you not breaking, but now, in this case, the cards are telling me moving away from the idea of an institutional way of working. For example, if you are a dependent, if you are a full-time employee somewhere, I see that you have taken the decision, you are taking the decision to up your game with your own private business. And for the males out there, or the females out there, there is a precise... well, in the third quarter, okay, let's say in the third quarter, the males of the zodiac, of the Scorpios out there, are the ones who really take to heart matters of the heart. Okay, now, when we go into the last quarter, which is October, November, December, I'm seeing now a female taking the lead of the Scorpios. And they have this knighting relationship, males and females, and any way you cut it, the relationships, heterosexual relationships, like gender relationships, there is a move in that sense in the final part of the year. I would say from August, September, no, October, November, December. Here too, the cards are telling you it's not always an easy movement. There is another party involved. There's another woman involved. Now, the woman involved, and it is actually a female, the woman involved is terribly in love with the person that you are interested in. However, there is harmony, there is a sense of security, and I have to say that the third party may be a woman from the past who's no longer involved with this other person, male or female, but there's the residue, there's the remnants of something that was in the past, a relationship where they may have a bank account still, they may have some kind of stocks and bonds together, they may have property together, but there is something of a residue there. And it doesn't cause you too much problems. It doesn't. Actually, it's a spiritual jump. It causes you to open yourself spiritually to another situation. Then what do I find? I find that the idea of your home, where you want to hang your hat and call your home, here is quite the topic for the final quarter. You start to think, well, maybe it's not even necessary that I live where I live. Maybe I can travel. Maybe it would be best for me to have a temporary type of situation where I am and then move elsewhere. Maybe I could rent somewhere in a different place. Maybe I should consider being uprooted from where I am and no longer having that feet in the ground planted so strongly, and maybe I can find a different situation. So what do I have then? These are the 4 quarters, but now let me go into more closely to the situation of each individual house. For example, endings and beginnings. For you, Scorpio, it will be very abrupt. You are going to close one door, open another door. It's going to, and some of you have written to me, oh, I just had that situation. I just had that situation. Give time. Wait to see what happens in January, February, March. But wait to see what happens. But I'm seeing this in the entire year. Your endings and beginnings are very easily taken care of. You don't have any problems in closing one door and opening another door. And also, the surprises come with a bond, in the form of a bond, a contract for those of you who are interested in work. News, it's very, very new. The idea of bonding with someone else or bonding with someone else as a partner in crime. Very, very strong, this sensation. Also endings, spiritual endings. Spiritual, when I talk of spiritual endings, I don't always talk about people who are in the psychic business. I'm talking about your unconditional love for someone. Be that as it may, as the relationship was with that person, you have a hard time getting over it because the bond was nonetheless strong, even if it was difficult with that person. But it will then, in your mind, come to an end. Then I have this lovely communications house, the house of communications in general, in a wide sense. I have here the beautiful bouquet, which talks of anything that you touch. I don't want to say that it turns to gold, but anywhere you go, when you use your abilities to communicate, will be like magic. Okay, it's like magic. It's like magic. Now, in the house of your work and your livelihood here, you are definitely going towards a more stable ground. And I'll say why. Because the house of the bear is occupied by the bear itself, and the bear is that sense of security. You will be going towards major security in 2019, as you have never before. This is the focus of the year. Major security in 2019. Then your sense of guidance. It's a joy for me to see that your sense of guidance will come about through matters of the heart. Your emotions will tell you where you actually need to go, how your decisions should be made, how you need to take one step to the next step, to the next step. Here, the matters of the heart will lead you where you have to go to take any kinds of decisions, even the decisions that occur in terms of your work and your livelihood. Then your matters of the home. All right, here again, I did say that the fourth quarter, you would be thinking of perhaps changing, maybe not changing. There's still a lot of confusion in 2019 about that. You're not exactly sure that you're ready to change homes, but it starts, the windmill of your mind turning. Public life. Amen. Scorpio. Go, go, go. Get out there in the public. Make, not a spectacle of yourself, a spectacle in the literal sense. Go talk to people. Tell them your story. Look, I was the same way. I had problems with alcoholism, but today I have come out of it. And how did I come out of it? I gravitated towards light, towards people that showed their light to me. I got into a group of people who were healthy in that sense. This is your propagating light. This is the public life. Get out there because it will shine back to you. 2019. Obstacles, ladies and gentlemen, Scorpio friends, they will come in the forms of dealing with institutions, banks, schools, universities, hospitals. Those obstacles will come in your way. How do I pay for my hospitalization? How do I have to do this and I have to do that? Is it possible for me to pay for that? Or I have a loan out to study at the university. It's going to be difficult for me to pay back and the banks are going to start, but the obstacles will come in the forms of dealing with, not necessarily being unable to pay your debts to a bank, but dealing with institutions. Then we have decisions to make. Now, it's very clear here that the decisions that you need to make involve the influence of a male figure. A male figure will help you in tipping the scales one way or the other in terms of decisions that you make. And slight nuisances, when I talk of nuisances or problems, they're in the form of a drip in your faucet you can't fix, for example. That's a nuisance. All right, those will come in matters of the heart, because there also will be a sense of insecurity because you're not exactly sure if you can go towards this situation. You're not exactly sure if you're ready. You're not exactly sure if your soul will be able to take it. Because of a third party. Now, the matters that are hidden from you. Well, this is where a female influence will show you, will guide you. Matters that are hidden from you. Well, what do they think? What should I do? Because I'm not sure if I should take this decision or that decision. It will be a female who will guide you in that direction. Then matters of communication, of written communication. There, ladies and gentlemen, Scorpio friends, is where your difficulty will arise. Please be careful and when you have to put something in writing, read all the fine print, dot your I's and cross your T's, because this is where some difficulties may arise, okay? And for those who work in the spiritual business, even more so, if you're going to partner with another spiritual leader, or it was partner with an institution that, I don't know, has services online. Please be careful with that and before signing any contracts. And then we have actually the male influences in your life. I did talk about a male who will influence your decisions, but other male influences in your life will concern matters of the home. And here too, it is linked to that idea of decisions. There is a male that will turn you in the right, will orient you into making decisions of where you need to go live. Now, there's also here a female influence, and here is similar to what I mentioned before. A female influence is going to help you with matters that are hidden. The messages are very, very, very clear, because what is out of your sight, okay, we are human and we cannot know. But let me say, I'd like to put out a few, yeah, this is it. I've got the paths, the crossroads, the tree, and the lilies here. And what it talks about is, of course, making decision concerning your roots and where you want to. And there is also the idea that in maturity you may consider that health problems may come your way, and they are, unforeseen now, because okay, today I'm 30 and I don't have those problems, but I have a family heritage of, I have, my dad was, had high blood pressure, who knows what will happen, you're thinking about that, and since you have a full-time job and they cover your medical expenses, moving and changing jobs may not cover that, and you might think about that. So, but again, it is a female that will help you in that direction, Scorpio. I do hope this was of help to you, ladies and gentlemen. Excuse me for this setup here and for having you come into this this type of reading, but I'm very pleased that I was able to give you these messages, and I'll be back the first week of January to work with the January predictions, the January forecast. Ladies and gentlemen, namaste, namaste, namaste. Thank you for your support. Like, subscribe, and share. Bye-bye, everyone. Let me see if I'm able to shut this off. Let's see.